play with your Barbie?
No, no. I was playing with his game, so we were playing together with his games. And I was playing alone with my Barbie.
Welcome to IMAGINAIRE of Small Memories and Greater Dreams. And here we discover one of maybe the very first dream for children is to find an elsewhere, find a place of one's dream. And here we're in the circus section, so you'll have all the different toys that reflect the circus life and refer to this dream of finding a magical place where acrobatics, colors, senses are awakened. And here in the second room, we find ourselves in the actual travel room where each of the toys, planes, flying saucers, camping, Sahara Desert, even Little Prince, refer to the dream of discovering, encountering new people through traveling. Here, it's more like a playground where, sure, we exhibit toys that refer to companionship, how we can make friends, how we can find love through toys and fall in love with toys. Because a lot of toys produced in France were inspired by some American heroes like Batman, Charlie Chaplin, Betty Boop. But also, we have our own French heroes with Asterix and Obelix. And maybe one interesting difference between those two is that the American rely a lot on solitude. It's always one single hero with a very defined character type, almost stereotypical, whereas in France, toys that would allude to heroes, it would be heroes with a plural. It would often refer to a community. And each character within this community would have fairly different traits, and altogether they would complement each other and create a bigger purpose.
Usually in Alliance Francaise or French Institute, we are more used to showcase artistic exhibitions rather than, this is much more like a documentary exhibition.
We do not always think about France as a big toy-making country. So that's why we thought it could be interesting to collaborate with the Mint and come up with this exhibition. It is the founder of the Mint Museum, Mr. Chang Liangfa, that collected, I think, 100,000 toys from all over the world. So the Mint Museum is actually the only museum in the world with such a big collection of international toys. The Little Prince might be the biggest French trademark, as it has been a book sold over 200 million copies, so that's quite huge. Also, in France, this aircraft that you can see, the Croix du Sud, was very, very famous at the time. It was produced by Justra, which is still nowadays one of the biggest crafts toy maker in France.
Toys is not just about fashion, but it follows all the generation. For example, Monopoly, of course, Uno. I had Barbies, and but I was stealing my young brother's cars also, because I was kind of aware that there was a gender in the toys as well, and I was quite upset sometimes to have to play only Barbies, whereas my brothers has a lot of different toys like cars, superheroes, and all this kind of toys for boys.
So I think toys gives us treat. And another thing is for board games, for instance, because it's a set of rules and you have a winner in the end, it kind of reflects society, as toys can be very, very political. During the Cold War, there was the race towards the moon. And of course, at the time, each country wanted to be the first to send a man laying foot on the moon. And toys reflect that. Actually, some of the toys you can see in here with a space tank, with a flying saucer, they were built during the 1950s, 1960s. So it perfectly reflects the zeitgeist, the spirit of the time for a country. Sometimes we think because of digitalization, the number of toys sold worldwide have decreased, but it's not the case because the global population has also increased. And not everyone has the means to afford digital toys like video games. They could, generally speaking, they cost more than regular average toys. And now I think the global market is worth hundreds of billions. Some toys have, even from the 1930s, not been built to be played with, but only to be collectibles. And it's the case for some of the toys that you will discover around these exhibitions that were specifically made to be behind the production for their value. Because, well, actually in this exhibition, among the 50 plus toys we have, the total value is 500,000 Sing dollars, which means that toys, especially the older ones, especially the ones that were handcrafted or hand painted, have a huge value nowadays on the market.